Episode 14, baby, we back.
Motherfucking 14.
Yeah, man. You know, what y'all boys good, man, at first? Y'all good?
Yes,
Everything
sir.
good?
Everything good. Shout out to my little sister. Happy birthday, Ariana.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Kazadi. Yeah, man,
How about them Cowboys?
NFL season.
Come on, man. Let's just get right into it.
2020 is a weird year, but some things stay the same.
do it? Shit.
Falcons find a way to lose.
I guess both of the teams is an accident waiting to happen, so somebody had to.
Hey, that shit could have went down. It's both of us losing that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm in pain about this one. That one was bad. That was embarrassing. I'm more embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, bro, like this is like the same old shit. Like this is what you universally known for. Like everybody know you for like blowing the biggest lead in Super Bowl history. Like literally in a quarter and a half. And y'all turn around and do the same shit. Like in the most embarrassing way. I've never seen a team besides maybe the Cowboys. That's
why I make it funny, because it ain't
the Cowboys and the Falcons will find new ways to disappoint you. And the Saints relatively can too, but they have a Super Bowl.
The same.
The thing is, they got a Super Bowl that they had, so that helps them. That helps them out a lot.
If your team, you tired of your team losing, and with high expectations, finding a way to lose, be a Jets fan. You ain't no surprises. You just know it's going to win. Ain't no shot. You just gonna lose.
And you know what? That's true. You see, I said last episode what I said. I said I just need to know are we gonna be good or not. Like, bro, we came out. These niggas fumbled the ball 4 times. We got 3 of them.
But I'm saying that wasn't y'all. That was us. Nigga, we're getting hit, and you're not even.
No. You can't say that because one of them literally is like we're punching the ball out. Like we making plays. Yeah, y'all definitely should have came out
did a lot
more
of shit
focused.
to fuck us up, man.
Yeah.
And whoever called the play, I ain't gonna blame it on the coach. That 4th and 5 run punt fake.
The first one?
No, the first one. The second one.
The first one he dropped.
Why do you have more than one in the game?
Bro, they did it on their own 29 on the first one.
It was the matchup was there. Buddy just tripped over the line.
Yeah.
You tripped over the line before the ball gets to it. But the second one, 4th and 5, linebackers in, everybody's in. Why would you try to run it? I would respect the pass out of that one again.
So like I was at work. I was reading y'all text messages just to get a reaction during the game. At what point did you feel comfortable that y'all might have a chance to come back and win?
I told these niggas, hey, y'all went for that 2-point conversion way too early. That's gonna cost y'all the game. Nah, nigga, shut up.
Nah, you ain't. I don't think that. Okay, so from my perspective, I don't think that he necessarily thought then like this is where we're gonna win.
But it was the opportunity.
I think if you're a Cowboy fan, you didn't think that you was gonna win until that punt. Tell me to that onside kick.
Yeah.
Now you knew that there was some light once they scored the touchdown.
That's not what I felt it. I felt it. What was we? I think we was down 12.
When Zeke did the touchdown,
Yeah.
and struck DeMonte Casey.
But then our defense made me like
Yeah,
it's out the window. Like
I
that
can
right
see
there
that.
with the momentum. I was like,
But see, you know, I felt nervous when that happened because I could just see on Zeke's face like he got focused again.
yeah.
But then we went back down the field and scored.
Yeah, I scored. Like,
So-
and it was a long drive.
So I was like, okay, we good. You know what I'm saying? I got nervous. I was at Leroy House. I got nervous when we started kicking field goals. Like the next 2 scores were field goals, and that's when I was like, okay.
That's also what happened. Like 2 of them 4 turn
This is how-
fumbles.
Yeah.
Y'all kicked 2 field goals and scored 2 touchdowns.
I was like, this is how the Super Bowl happened. But I still was like, okay, we hanging on, we good. Then the onside kick. I had a feeling in my bones that something.
You want to know what made me
wasn't
feel
right.
it on the onside kick? The announcer said, he's like, maybe they could trade for Cool because he's the best at the onside
Yeah.
kick.
When they start bringing up
Go
stats,
So I was like, do y'all not know who
no.
this kicker is?
Actually, you know what? I take that back. You know when I was like, okay, nah, we finna lose. Something ain't right. When Julio dropped that
I was
touchdown,
about to say we dropped.
Hey, Julio hurt.
he got hurt.
He dropped out.
Hey, he always had
That
foot
hamstring.
problems.
No, that was the hamstring.
That's when I saw it.
I could tell, like, you stretching for that one, you pulling this, like, yeah,
I
see,
mean, there's
he
always
should.
something wrong with Julio, but Julio fight through injuries and he end up playing
It looked like he
15 to 16
It
games.
looked like he fought about as hard as he could on that one. He
You're
tried.
supposed to make that catch though.
No,
Yeah.
you're supposed to.
It's the greatest. As a, like we be debating how great wide receivers are. To be on that level, you gotta make that catch.
You know what? And he does have to make that catch. The only thing I can say for that is I think that Julio, like you said, he could be hurt. I don't know, but also he wasn't really because they were double teaming him all game. I just think that sometimes you have to have a rhythm. I think it fucked up his rhythm. You call a big play, I think he was surprised that he actually had a big one coming. You know what I'm saying?
Usually you contested shooting, you finally wide open.
Yeah, like usually it's you know what I'm saying. It's like damn, I ain't get this open in a minute, but you gotta make that.
You gotta make that count.
And then on top of that,
you can't blame Matt Ryan underthrown to hit you in your hand.
and bro, can you believe they were still on Twitter like I'm done with Matt Ryan? Like damn, nigga scored you 39 points. What else he gotta fucking do?
I don't know what
I don't
Matt Ryan's supposed to do.
know.
I thought nigga played great. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Your offense put up 39 points, you ain't supposed to lose.
I don't know how Dan Quinn still has a job right now.
But cut to the
Hey,
shit.
we're gonna
You still a Falcons fan, man? It's hard.
So I've reeled back. My initial reaction.
Fuck them.
Fuck these niggas! They ain't shit. I never want to be associated with these niggas. But the Saints lost, so I feel better. The Saints lost, and it wasn't as bad. Like, they wasn't egregious or nothing. I mean, they were up. They should have won. But I just think because we have a chance still, I'm okay with it. Like, I don't feel comfortable with either team. I don't feel comfortable with Tampa Bay. I don't feel comfortable with the Saints. Drew Brees look old, and Tom Brady. Both of them look old. So
Carolina don't look great either.
oh, excuse me. Yeah, I mean Carolina. I don't think they're expected to look good. So I don't know.
Football's back.
Yeah. Speaking of football, Deion Sanders, man. Y'all see he just got a head coaching job, y'all.
Jackson State.
Jackson State.
Salute. Prime time. Hey, coach.
Yes. So my question would be, so we were saying like how, you know, this movement we got going on, this moment in our black culture right now, you know, we're actually getting our voices starting to be a little bit heard. So we were just talking about how there's college players committing to HBCUs, like basketball players.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that, which one do you think has more of an impact, will have more of an impact if they start, because Deion Sanders, obviously now you got Mississippi State and other people in the state of Mississippi competing with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Deion Sanders walking in your living room, you gonna listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and he's gonna take some of those recruits.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that it's gonna have an impact, like say, like old boy who went to Howard? Like, which one do you think will have more of an
I
impact?
think college basketball have more impact just because one player is way more impactful in the basketball than football.
Yeah.
You can have one wide receiver go to HBCU, but he ain't got no quarterback, ain't no O-line.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. One basketball player dominate can change your game more so than one player. It would take a committee of, like, Alabama is great not because of one recruit.
Yeah.
Because they get the best O-line. They get
Yeah.
the best wide
They
receiver.
get everybody.
They get everybody. You know
Literally
what I'm saying?
everybody.
I think it's gonna have to take a while to shake up the market for real in football. Like it would literally take a few years, and somebody's gonna have to show and prove first before it'd be like, oh, okay, this is
Let me
good.
ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a question. If y'all got a son who's a high prospect, like you know that he's going to the league, or let's say that you know has potential to go to the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he works hard, like let's say he's not necessarily LeBron James or like Kevin Durant, like you know they going to the league.
Mhm.
Let's just say that he's like Damian Lillard. He's got 3 to 4 years. Yeah, he need a little work, but you know.
McCullough.
Yeah. So if your son is saying he's in this moment, he's saying I want to go to an HBCU,
We asked for my
and he
advice.
has D1 offers, how would you feel? What advice what would you tell him?
Stay woke. You know how influential I know for how important that is for black community.
Yeah.
Selfishly as a parent,
Yeah.
if he's not LeBron,
Yeah.
if he's not Kevin Durant, I'm gonna tell him go to the school that gives you the best chance to.
He's 6'1".
go
He's
to
a point guard.
Go to a school that gives you the best chance to get to the league, son.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry.
Don't get caught up.
Don't get caught up in that. It's not your duty to do that. I'm gonna support you either way.
Like say you got let's say that your son is Mikey. What's his name? Mikey Williams.
Mickey Williams.
Mikey Williams, and he's been talking about potentially he's opened up recruiting for HBCUs.
He's one of the top recruits. I think he's the top player in his
He's
class.
the top recruit. But
I'm saying,
let's say that he's kind of small.
even if he's small, if he's a top recruit, him, somebody like Imani Bates, who he's like 6'11", a little different. But if you're a top recruit, I'd be like, all right, go, because I know you can hold your own.
Well, I look at it like this. Mikey Williams, like how you just said, wasn't it Imani Bates? Or what? Not even Imani Bates. Imani Bates, he can go to HBCU.
You go HBCU
for sure.
You go anywhere you want.
He's like Kevin Durant.
You go anywhere you want. You go play for.
What's my man
Harlem
name?
Globetrotters.
My man name that went to Howard. He's also 7-footer, so it's a little bit more privilege in that
I
height.
think from the size, it matters.
Yeah, I think Mikey. Now, if he was to convince old boy from Howard to stay an extra year, because he's not going to be in college this year, Mikey Williams. He still has to wait. If he can team up with him, then I think it'd be alright. But like, say like somebody like a Cole Anthony, right, who's going to the league. If Cole Anthony would have went to Howard, I'm not sure.
Stock would have been.
Yeah, if his stock is out, like they can get to the league, but there's a difference between you being a lottery where you can get a multi-million-dollar contract, and then they gonna say, well, you know, he just played the Sundale
lower competition.
Yeah, lower competition.
But see, the thing is, if they're gonna do it, basketball is also easier because you can take 2 or 3 people, 2 or 3 of the same, you know, top 10, top 20 prospects, and spread it out throughout all the HBCUs. So they'll be like, yo, let's go here. Let's see what's the best situation. And if they team it up right, it's not as many teams. It can happen.
I agree. And also, for your point about the size, like, I don't think it would matter who you play.
I don't know about that one, especially
It
Kyrie.
would take some time.
I think Kyrie Irving will have to play a whole season whooping niggas' ass like that.
I mean, because we seen it. Steph Curry was in what school he went to? Davidson, and that's hurt his stock. You know what I'm saying? But John Morant, what school he went to? It wasn't a.
John Morant went to what's that? I forgot. No, I'm having a brain fart. But
I guess what I'm saying is I see your point.
Yeah.
If my son is not,
you see, it took him an extra year.
If my son's not that nigga, like
Yeah.
top 3 guaranteed,
Yeah.
then no, I'm not gonna advise him to go to HBCU.
I think I would ask him, what's your reason for doing it?
Oh,
Now, if you got a whole stance behind it and why you feel you want to go that route, then do it. I'll support
I'm
it.
gonna tell my son which means more to you, playing in the NBA or changing the way college basketball goes, especially in these days, especially with people aren't really going to college like anymore. Like there's options.
G-League,
So my thing is like, are you trying like your goal? I feel like this: if your goal is to get to the NBA, you're trying to get there as fast as possible.
Focus on that.
So that's what you need to be focused on first. That's how I look at it. So I don't know, but we'll move along. We'll leave sports alone for a little minute. It was an interesting thing I seen today, where I was watching Everyday Struggle. Shout out to DJ Academics and everybody over there. And they have a segment called On the Clock. And I thought his points was interesting or whatever. So basically, we all know the Migos been putting out a little bit of music here and there this year. And he basically said that Academics, he said on there that basically he said absolutely the Migos are on the clock. So he said that it's because people love the Migos because they came from the street. They were street rappers, you know, whatnot. And so he said that basically the reason the music's not connecting is that you see them in all these commercials, they're doing deals, they having wives, girlfriends, like they're basically kind of like, when you think about it, they're kind of mature, they're living their life. You know what I'm saying? They're not from the street anymore, but he's saying like they're making street music and it's not connecting with the fans. So he's saying they're on the clock because they're close to falling off. My thing is, my question I guess I would ask, like, they came off an album that sold like 200 first week. You know what I'm saying? Their biggest debut.
Culture 2?
Yeah, that was what, 2018?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 years, can you fall off? Like, what is falling off to y'all first? Let me ask y'all. What is falling off, and do you think that they have a chance of that from that?
Falling off to me is you can't maintain the same trajectory or position you're in. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're number 1, if you're number 10, if you can't maintain that no more, if it's a significant drop from where you were, that's falling off. A significant drop. So let's say when you drop, you have the streets, you have a number 1 hit, or you sell, whatever it is, your metric, you know, if you can't maintain that, it's a significant change. That's falling off. So I do agree when people be like, oh, you fell off because you can't hit that no more. If Kendrick, every time he drops, he has no 1 album, he sells over 100K. If he can't do that no more, that's falling off.
See,
you can't maintain
I'm agreeing with you.
your normal
It's more
status.
like Kendrick. If he drops every 2 to 3 years, but as long as every 2 to 3 years he doing the same numbers or better,
You can't
it don't matter about the time.
Yeah.
Now, if
So
you
what
go-
Kendrick, you're saying is it's more of a risky thing. Well, I guess you gotta know your fan base.
yeah, so it's not risky
You
just
gotta
for
know your
him.
fan
It's
base.
just like I
He
said,
has a core. He has a core fan base. you're
now
saying.
Migos gonna drop.
Migos fans is fickle.
Let's say they went back at the beginning. They dropped once a
Usually
year.
means you falling off. You have fickle fans because whenever you're not as high, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying, like, let's say they started off, they dropped once a year,
Mm-hmm.
like every year, and they was doing alright. And then that last one was high,
Mm-hmm.
and then they waited 2 years and they still were up here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes as you grow, you got other stuff going on, like you said, they're moving on with it. Like, don't mean that the music has gotten worse or they're not gonna do the same numbers.
I mean, it's projection though.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think Akron was saying. He said they're on the clock. So whenever the next album drop, that's gonna be
This is gonna be the telling.
the telltale of whether they're
I
still
don't
as
think
high as they
necessarily
are.
it'll make it a complete drop off. Cause you
I think the
think
Migos.
one album would consider, would you
Okay,
Would
so
you do that as a fall off?
let me say this. Let me say this. So I remember a fan commenting under academic, so he posted something about the Migos, right? And Offset was like, and they said they said the Migos fell off, and he commented, he said, how we fall off in our last album sold 200 and whatever K the first week, right? I think if I was having a conversation with Offset, shout out to the North, if I was having a conversation with him, I would be honest and tell him this. When people buy, when your album has success, usually it's based off the last album. So and so like people loved Culture. It was a classic.
So the expectations goes to the
Yes.
business. You had to hype.
So even if they was to put out something that was like just an okay single, I think they were gonna sell either way. You know what I'm saying? And then they had, you could tell they invested more in the set and what was that, Culture 2? They invested more money in there. They had videos, they had Drake, they had all that. You know what I mean? Because I think commercially it was received as like, this is a good album. It's not as good as Culture, but it was kind of, they switched to commercial. Like you had big features, you have big budget videos where usually they were shooting videos in street, you
And
know.
I know they all had a solo project too.
Yeah.
Last year, right?
So look. So I think that argument, when you say that, so now on this one, people are waiting for that hit again. Because the last one, don't get me wrong, people love Walking Like I'm Talking. But I think as a body of work, they was just like, okay, this one's cool,
Where's that mega hit?
but it's not the mega hit. So I think now people are at a point where we're saying fall because just we're questioning. And then when they put out like 3 or 4 tracks, and they've been good. I like them, I fucks with them, but they not necessarily the bangers. So it kind of seems like they still working out the kinks.
So it goes to the point now.
So I think what fans are saying.
It kind of changed my answer. They peaked with Culture 1. They hit a level where they never
Yes.
hit. So are they falling off?
I don't think they're
peak
falling off.
From
I
their
think
peak?
that they've reached their top level.
and they can't match the match.
And it's hard. It's kind of like Jeezy. Thug Motivation 1-on-1.
It's-
Boom. Or 50 Cent.
You
Boom.
can't go nowhere but down from there.
These are your highest moments. You can't. It's hard for you to live up to that moment 3-4 different times. So it's kind of a gift and a curse. Once you this high, it's hard for people to not see you as this high. Cause you gotta remember the first album didn't do so well with the Migos. You know.
So did Ray Sherman fall off? Yeah.
I think that they're on the clock too. If you're gonna hold the Migos on that, then they're on the clock too.
Cause it's been even longer.
Cause their last album didn't do so well as far as opinion wise on the music. I don't remember what the sales were, but if you're like, listen, remember they put out a triple disc.
So it could be two different uses of falling off. Falling off could be you're not relevant at all. Your music not important, or it could be you didn't meet your own standard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's more of that. You didn't meet the culture standard.
Yeah.
Anything you put out, we're comparing it to your best work.
I was about to ask. You think everything that they put out from now on is gonna be?
I think that's what everybody.
And you know what it is though.
But
I think that their fan base when they first came out, it was for a very young fan base, right?
they grow up.
They've grown up. They're in relationships. They've been married. Quavo's out here living his life. We don't really hear him take off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we think about it. They was probably 21, 22 when they came in the game, and now niggas is 29. They pushing 30.
It's like a different core.
Yeah, I think that the fans ain't. Some fans grow up with you, some don't.
Some niggas grow up, some don't.
I just got to navigate through that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Wasn't there something going on with Lupe and Kendrick?
Yeah, so there's been some underlying beef between Lupe and Kendrick, the whole TDE camp for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
When Kendrick dropped Control, Lupe dropped the response verse. Like everybody got a response verse, but Lupe dropped one. It was received well. But a fan asked Lupe on Twitter, is he a better lyricist than Kendrick Lamar? And he said, does Kendrick make better songs than me? Yes, he does. Does Kendrick make better albums than me? Something like that? Yes, he does. Is Kendrick a better artist than me? Yes, he is. Am I a better lyricist? Yes, I am. And then there's been a big old
There's been a
debate over that. So,
Uh,
in y'all opinion, that's the cat. Do y'all think Lupe is a better lyricist
Facts.
than Kendrick Lamar?
Facts.
Cap.
Then it's Cap.
Yeah.
I think it's
Kendrick
facts.
is a better rapper. He raps better. Put words together better than
I think that's 100% facts, and this is coming from a nigga who Kendrick Lamar is like one of his favorite rappers. So the reason I say that is my unpopular opinion, lyricism isn't the most important thing on the
It's just a
song.
simple.
Yeah.
This is one
and this isn't the 90s. I think Lupe 90s early 2000s. I think Lupe comes from a different school. You know what I'm saying? Like Lupe's an old school nigga, so Lupe comes from a class of I'm trying to get signed to a deal. I gotta stand outside the record label. Hopefully I run into DMX or somebody and I spit. Yo, I can rap. You know what I'm saying?
Raps.
Yeah.
Cypher bars.
Yeah, and he's also a great artist. So let me give him that. I'm not disrespecting Lupe because Lupe's first 3 albums are classics in my opinion. I think Lupe is a really good rapper, but I think Kendrick Lamar his music has meant more, is hitting more. He has a bigger core fan base. You don't really hear from him. Lupe has always kind of been outspoken when it comes to labels, situations like that.
Politics.
That's where we go to falling off, right? Like I still think Lupe has the ability to make great music, but
he's never gonna be.
I think
mainstream.
he kind of seems like a nigga to me who's blackballed himself from the thing. So what I would say to that, I think that he is a better lyricist, but for a nigga like me, lyricism ain't the first thing that matter to me when it comes to making music. Like I feel like first of all, your beat gotta catch me.
See, everything you just said.
Second of all, a hook, like a catchy hook, if it's catchy. And then just how you fill it in with the lyrics.
Go ahead,
I think it's all how you approach it.
Like my thing is, I get that, but I wouldn't use that example with Kendrick Lamar. With Drake, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's more so because I put Kendrick with more of like
rappy.
with the rap. It may not be rappity rap, but it's like not enough to say.
So
but if I'm saying Drake is an entertainer. He's a superstar. So like all those examples you use, I would lean more towards.
I get your point. I get your point, 100%.
Drake got bars.
But
So you're saying
I think Lupe and Kendrick are closer to each other than Drake to either one. So I think it's a fair comparison. So look, what I'm saying is I think it's a fair comparison when Lupe and Kendrick compare, like if they're compared to each other. And I think that Lupe, I think he, like when he says, like say Lupe says Kendrick is a peer of mine. I think he knows that Kendrick commercially is bigger than him. But I think that if you was to talk to Kendrick Lamar right now, he would say, yeah, I am better off associated with Lupe than Drake. I think he would agree with that.
no. What I was saying was Drake would be on the opposite sides, and that's how your argument was. I think Kendrick and Lupe is in the same as far as rapping. Like it's not a.
But
Like the way you explained it was like
I see what you're saying, bro.
if you're more commercial, you're an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Lupe is looking at him, and that's how he's distancing
I
himself.
think that he looks at him like he's bigger than me, but I think when he says that stuff like that, I think he knows that Kendrick Lamar respects him. Like I think Lupe knows, like, yo, you like what's the New York nigga say? You know my body.
No.
I think like Kendrick is a nigga who loves culture. He loves hip hop culture. So I think that he know when he's saying stuff like that. I think he knows Kendrick knows what he's saying. I think the fans are like when you say stuff like that. The reason he got backlash is because the fans are gonna push back on that because fans are gonna. Some people just look at Kendrick Lamar like he's Kendrick Lamar.
So to answer that, I'm saying you didn't really answer. You first said that's cap. You think Kendrick Lamar is because you said they're in the same boat.
They're in the same boat. I just
But
think
who's better lyricist?
Kendrick Lamar. To me.
Do you think it's a better lyricist or is that
No.
who you rather hear? I'm asking.
No,
I'm
that's what I'm saying. I think Kendrick Lamar.
He spits better.
Spits better.
Okay.
The way because you can't say he don't rap and put words together like
I think he don't rap and put words together
At all.
close to Lupe. Not I'm not say close, but in that level. Very, very. I don't know the word. Like it's complex.
I get what.
So I don't mean to cut you off. Let me just say something real quick. When we heard Control, the reason why Control might be his best verse ever is because you don't hear Kendrick do double entendres. You don't hear him rap aggressive like that. You don't hear him. That's not every song track from him. So I think that's what the shock value was with that. I think when you listen to Lupe, when Lupe was dropping heat, you know Lupe gonna give you them bars. He's gonna have shit you listen back to. You go, whoa. Kendrick is more of a blunt rapper to me. Like he's gonna give you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like lyricism to me is complexity, entendres, shit that you're not gonna catch right away. You say a bar, it means more than one thing.
I get what you're
Like so, when Kendrick doesn't do that as much as Lupe. Lupe is.
That's what I'm saying. It's not about him not doing it as much as it's about that they both can do it.
But
and then
how do you determine who's better? Like,
So do you feel like he's more diverse? He's more diverse?
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. So
But
like,
if we're just-
LeBron is diverse. He can pass, he can drive, he can shoot when he needs to. But just
Steph Curry's a better shooter.
like you know, give me a good
hear
shooter
what
who's diverse.
I mean, I get
And
everything
compare it
y'all
to
saying.
Steph, you know what I'm
but
saying?
If we just come down to that one category, I still think it's not. I'm not saying it's on the landslide, but I think Kendrick Lamar got him by a little bit. They don't have as many songs.
I'm asking the times that you hear Kendrick be complex, you think it's as complex or as lyrical?
I don't think
Lupe?
Brandon really listen to Lupe like that.
From what you hear, it's only from what he hear. So
From
like,
what I'm saying, like, and I've
But see, you
First
gotta
grade
listen.
for sure.
Okay, so you gotta ask yourself too. If Brandon, do you consider yourself a casual fan of Lupe? Like you don't really listen to him like that?
I've listened to enough, but nah, that's not the first person I'm going to.
Okay, so the thing about Lupe, he can fool you because if you listen to Hip Hop Saved My Life or Kick Push
I'm
Superstar,
listen-
and then you
I'm
listen
listening
to, let's say you listen to the albums or you listen to Lupe, you're like, oh, this nigga rap.
listen to American Terrorists. Listen, like,
I think that's where he fooled.
bro, like Lupe, like
He played the game.
I'm big on battle rap, right? And that's all about lyricism and performance. Like Lupe goes on Twitter and literally has tweet battles with people like Mickey Fax, like lyricism, other lyricists, people like Daylight, and then like people like Ab Soul, they who's on TDE by the way, and you see the bars, like 140 characters, and he's having multi-syllables and triple entendres in bars. Like he'll flip your shirt. God is dope. Like Kendrick don't rap like that. He don't rap like that. And that's listen. Like what Justin said. It's just one aspect. Just because I'm the best free throw shooter, don't make me a better basketball player. And I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that. You're just saying Kendrick is more diverse. So he doesn't do it as much.
Like I said, that's just an opinion. That's not something I can argue.
I fuck with it.
I just don't think it's that's not Kendrick's bag.
Yeah.
Like Drake is lyrical when he need to be.
Yeah.
It's just not on that level.
Alright, so like a little quicker topics, you know what I'm saying? We don't hold y'all too long. Let me read y'all something.
Oh shit.
A company Dr. Dre and his estranged wife founded together is accusing her of draining the primary business account dry and even criminal embezzlement. Just the latest sign of how nasty the divorce is getting. How do y'all react? I don't even know what the question I want to react. How do y'all feel about that?
Hey,
React.
she's
Nah.
on that prenup.
Do you feel okay, so let me say this. Dr. Dre is he's a powerful guy, right?
Yeah.
So who do y'all think gets this, who do you think that they get this information from, the media gets this information from?
His count?
So
You think it didn't happen? Or
no.
Oh, okay.
I'm not necessarily saying that, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm just noticing, like, do you think that this, I'm gonna ask y'all this, do you think that this lady is as bad as the media is saying
It's a
she
smear
is?
campaign.
I think she is.
On both sides.
No, I think she is to the point to where she thought like, all right, well, we about to get a divorce. I thought I was getting half, or I'm getting this amount. And then when she's seeing that this nigga's already 3 steps ahead of her with this shit, he already had everything worked out. Now she's mad. Now she's just trying to figure out how to do whatever she got.
So if I was to push back on what you just said, so they had a prenup, correct? So she knew
thought
from,
she signed a prenup.
She said he pressured her into signing it.
so she had a prenup. So the whole time she's knowing she had a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that this is a tactic of somebody who had a prenup, or do you think this is like a tactic of somebody who like feels kind of like on his part maybe threatening that she can get his money?
That's how I feel. It's more secondary, like, because the first blowback we heard was from her. We know about his history with abuse,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's laws like in California, like some prenups don't matter. After
Yeah.
a while, like I said, that she put the case that he pressured her to sign under the arrest, and those statutes were limited.
So you think he basically knows that she has a legit
She has
case?
leverage, and just to me, it's just media. It's like she has public opinion at first, so now it's the fight back
Yeah.
to push that narrative. Oh,
And he's basically a billionaire, so
Yeah.
it's like you
So-
fighting against a machine. That's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
How you feel? What
Because we don't know the
I mean, what y'all say makes
details.
sense, but I still think it's more so she thought one thing and thought it was gonna go one way, and now she see that this nigga is already ahead of the game and he has this shit in his favor. Now she's trying to do anything to damage whatever he was trying to do. Like I said, y'all made some points that when I came into that question, that's what I came in with.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about it y'all with a little bit more.
I think that obviously, because I see that there's a rumor that Kim Kardashian is still planning a divorce with Kanye, but she's being strategic. I think anytime that you're involved in millionaires, you have to be strategic.
All strategy.
You have to be strategic. So I'm not mad at her for having a strategy. You have to do that. I do think that it's convinced that you've never heard anything about this woman ever until it's time to divorce, and now she's the worst person in the world. Who's getting this information? Who are they getting this information from?
His count.
Man,
That's how I look at it. Like he's leaking it.
He's leaking it.
He's leaking it. I'm not saying that he's necessarily all the way 100% wrong.
It's just that's where it's coming
But-
from. It's
so you don't think TMZ is paying her whatever she wants to make sure to leak some documents?
Maybe.
But she paid TMZ to say, hey, I'm embezzling money from him. No.
How much?
If it's coming down, TMZ is getting that from Dre's camp.
Yeah.
Think about it. When you go to court, they tell you, bring your kids. Like people who's getting sentenced, right? Bring your kids. Make sure all your family comes. You know, wear this type of color suit. Because it's all about, like, say, media and perspective from people. So when you're a billionaire, you don't want to look like the bad guy, and you want to try to get your names up.
Perception matters.
Yeah, like it's so much politics behind it. Like
Perception is everything.
yeah, that's how I think that it's kind of a smear campaign on her, and she don't have enough money and enough power to
Like
compete.
that.
So that's gonna be interesting, you know. Anyway, moving along. Bobby Shmurda, his parole was denied. React.
Fuck 12.
Fuck the system.
I think that
that point,
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
At this point,
That's what I'm saying.
I think Bobby Shmurda. I don't know if I blame his lawyer, but it's somebody to blame because I think that they leaked too much information too fast. I think
The government probably was like, relax.
like think about it, like they already like I remember the day he got arrested. This is like eight years ago.
It's crazy.
I remember when he got arrested, and I remember they said Bobby Shmurda is a menace to society. This is what the cops in Brooklyn said. The Fed said he's a menace to society. We was already looking at them, and he just happened to get famous. So I think they look at it like the reason why, like they look at him like, y'all think we want to let him out and get celebrated?
Yeah. They see it too.
Yeah.
They see it.
So when he did a countdown and everything, I think his team moved too fast. And I'll never forget when I listened, shout out to Gucci. When I remember listening to the audio book of Gucci, right?
Yeah.
And Gucci specifically said he remember when El Chapo got free. Remember when El Chapo escaped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, and he's always been in Gucci. If you go look at his catalog, he's always called himself like El Chapo. Like he's always involved himself in that street element with his music.
Yeah.
So he said he had a choice. He said the day he got free, I had access to the computers in the Feds. You do have computer access. He said I had access to the computer, and I wanted to tweet something like, El Chapo got free, but he knew he had a parole meeting. So he ended up choosing, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to risk
antagonizing them. Like,
Yeah.
Or like,
and I think
Hey, that man wised up like he was in.
yeah, and I think that's where his team fucked up. So now he got to do another year in jail.
Oh,
until
they
he
did
gets
say the
out.
whole year?
He's not getting out to December 2021.
full sentence.
That's the full thing?
Yeah,
And there's no more parole years in there?
yeah. So I think that's where they fucked up. I think his team or who, I don't know how he's working. I'm not in the rap game, but I think that's where they fucked up. I think they shouldn't have put a countdown. They shouldn't, because think about it. Now he's gonna come. They know he's gonna come out and be big at least for 6 months, right?
Don't be surprised if y'all heard he got in some trouble.
Exactly.
He had to stay a little bit
Put a
longer.
target on your back. I agree.
So you think? So is Roddy gonna get out earlier than him?
I mean, we haven't heard from Roddy's camp because they're moving right.
He
Be
on-
quiet.
but he on-
Shmurda. What's it's
But it's not just the camp. Like,
I was like,
I heard that from
he was on Pop's post.
DJ like Vlad.
Yeah, you're right.
He was
He makes
on-
some music.
No, I'm just saying, like, his voice getting out there.
I heard that
Yeah.
from Vlad, academic, like
And he
news
has,
outlets.
and think about it. He's spending more time in prison because, like, he says it was a fan who bought him a knife. But like, you have a history, right? You have to move very careful. I know it's hard to move careful in jail, especially being gang affiliated and being a big rapper. But at the same time, their freedom depends on it. So
Facts.
it's a slippery slope. I think that they moved a little too
Not
fast. They got a little too excited. I think they did a little too much. So,
Hold your head.
yeah, shout out
Free
to
Snoop.
that. Young Dolph, he recently had the Lambo giveaway. He promised that he would give his fans. He promised he would give his fans a Lambo, and he gave one of his fans a Lambo in Dallas, Texas. Salute to her. And she was pregnant and married.
She can't put no baby in the back seat.
First, let me ask you this: if y'all won the sweepstakes or whatever, and y'all got a Lambo,
Mhm.
how would y'all move? What's your next decision? What would you do with that Lambo? Would you keep it or would you sell it?
I have 24 hours to figure out how this Lambo can make me money. If I can't goddamn Uber X plus plus or some shit like that with it, if I can't have you know, shit in
Do you think
magazines
Uber
that make-
XX? Do you think Uber is worth it with a Lambo?
He's saying
Like,
if
no, I'm just saying like however, like I just made
Yeah,
that
that's
shit
made
up.
up.
You're
Like,
weighing
if
your
I can't
options.
find a way in 24 hours to make this shit make money,
It's out of here.
it's gotta be gone. Who gonna pay the insurance? I'm not.
Okay, so allegedly they said he paid all the expenses up for a year.
Alright,
A
me,
year?
A year.
Yeah,
me,
that shit ain't. Alright, so I'm gonna drive it. Nah, I don't
Me.
want this shit to depreciate, so
me.
it's gonna sit in the driveway.
I'm gonna have one weekend. I'm gonna have to have a weekend. I'm not.
You me. I
I'm
agree.
gonna have to have a weekend. I'm
Yeah.
hitting the city. I'm hitting. I'm
I'm
hitting
running by
town.
every club.
Everywhere. Everybody gonna know me, and then I'm selling it.
Alright, so about 24 hours to think is everything you were just saying, but just 24 hours.
No, I'm doing that for a weekend.
Uh-uh.
Friday through
Cause
Saturday.
I ain't getting out of it. We pull up in front of the club.
First
I'm
of
in
all,
the car.
bruh, you live in Atlanta.
I don't care about
Friday through
Friday
Sunday.
through Sunday, bro.
Friday.
Cause like that money cool, but like
I hit that
you
one.
don't know what.
No, listen,
kind of-
I
The
hit
money
that
is
one-
gonna- the money's
I hit
coming.
that one pothole.
Like if
in
I
Atlanta.
if
No,
I
I hit a pothole.
Even with
I can't pay to
Yo,
fix that shit.
even if
if
you
I
hit a
lose-
pothole, that's enough. You still trade that in, and you got enough to get you a nice house.
I know what I'm saying. I'm still getting money from it.
Shit, I could've got a nicer one if I ain't hit that
So
pothole.
let's say
5,000?
Let's say for example, it's 300,000 you get for back from it. I doubt it's that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I drive the weekend and depreciate to 250, 200. Like I don't.
And it's
care.
not even gonna reach that fast.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is not gonna be enough. Where one
That's
weekend,
enough to still impact my life.
and it's still gonna be my life. I had a Lambo for a
I'm
weekend,
gonna record
and I had
it,
200,000.
and I'm gonna record it. Listen, Friday, I'm at the strip
I'm in the
club.
streets, bro.
Saturday,
I'm
I'm at the compound.
We active.
Sunday, I'm at the flame. What's happening?
We
I
active.
hear y'all. The whole.
And I'm pulling up in that thing.
We active.
Oh.
And I'm using the money that you gave me for the insurance.
I'm blowing y'all up.
You know what I'm doing?
Hey, fuck that. Where y'all at?
Nigga.
Nah, bro.
That shit-
I'm outside. Come check me out.
Yeah, I ain't even telling
I'm
niggas.
about to do it, huh?
That shit gonna be on the back of the tow truck. As soon as we pull up, alright, bro, pull up 2 blocks up, and I'm gonna drive
Listen,
up 2
I'm
blocks.
saying this. You're playing
drive
the
up
game.
in 2 blocks. Yeah, nigga.
Hey,
But drive up.
you're definitely playing the
I don't
game.
think I believe you, bro.
You're smart
I
than
believe
me.
the first part where you gonna find out to make money from
yeah, he's lying. I'm gonna tell you why he's lying. I'm gonna tell you why he's lying. Hey,
You're a liar.
hey, time out.
Sure.
Why?
Just one day.
Somebody hit that, boom.
Nobody gonna
That's
hit it.
another 500.
Nobody gonna
500.
hit it. I'm gonna make sure nobody hit it.
Alright.
I'm gonna take it to work one day. I'm gonna
Alright.
everywhere at once.
Alright.
Everywhere
So
at
we
once.
had other topics, but you know
I
what,
love
man?
pictures.
I think I got this week. I was in my bag, and I got a good amount of.
What's the scenario?
What's the scenario? So
Here we go, yo.
fuck them. Fuck all the other topics.
It's
You know what I'm
about
saying?
us.
Go look it up on the Shade Room where we get our shit from, or like fucking academics or some
If
shit.
y'all think they right, I'm gonna say they wrong. If y'all think they wrong, I'm gonna say they right.
There you go. Big facts, big facts. So we're gonna get into the first question of what's the scenario.
Yeah.
All right, you have a child on the way, and unfortunately, you and your expected. I miss something?
Child on the way. Unfortunately, that's all we heard.
You have a child on the way. Unfortunately, you and your significant other have broken up pre-birth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all plan to we just gonna co-parent. It is what it is. It's out of the question that we're together. So a couple weeks before birth, she hits you up and she like, hey, I just wanna let you know I don't want you in the room during birth.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have just my mom and like my TT or some shit, my grandma or some shit, right?
TT.
She says, so you push back a little bit about it. Like, of course you got something to say. Like, you feel away.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, well, y'all are no longer together, and she feels no need for you to be in the room. Do you have a right to be upset?
Yes.
Do you have a right? Do you have a
Yes.
right to?
Yes.
She
She feels you don't need me around. I don't give a fuck what you feel like. It's my child too.
Her child, her body.
Alright, what's out the body? It's not in your body no more. That's my child. The fuck? The fuck she's in my I feel like you don't need to be in the room. Okay.
I'll sit
we
outside.
consider your feelings.
Now this is what I say. I'll sit outside all day. When the doctor said, "Oh, we about to push. It's on the way. It's coming," I'll walk in the room then. I don't need to be there with you all.
You know what?
8
I
to 12
agree with that.
hours.
I agree with
Yeah, I'll be outside. I'm not leaving the hospital.
Dave Chappelle.
And I don't want to miss that.
It's rare that I agree with Brandon, but I feel like this is one of his best points. I agree with that.
Dave Chappelle said, it's women's rights, right? Women has rights, their body, to make their choice whether to do it. Listen, this is what I'm going to say. They have the right to do what they have to do, right? They have the right. If you feel I don't need to be in the room, you have all that control, fine. It's your child. It's your child too when that bill comes. Don't ask me for no fucking thing. If you want to make all those choices yourself, don't ask me for no daddy, no fucking child support. Don't ask me for none of that shit. It's your choice.
That's also a point.
You choose to raise that motherfucker by yourself.
You went past the birth, but
Yeah, if you,
I
I get that. You know
That
what?
shit don't make no
I
fucking
fuck
sense
with
to
that.
me.
You know what? Fuck that. Fuck that shit.
You can't
Fuck
tell
that
me.
shit.
I feel like I don't want to be in the. You don't.
First of all, bitch, you just emotional because I left you.
I don't feel like I'm the pay
First of all, bitch, you just emotional because I left you.
yeah.
That shit don't make no fucking
Me and
sense.
Charmaine up the street was a little bitch, you know
That's
what I'm
annoying
saying?
as fuck. Like how you?
So you think you control everything?
You control everything.
So
I'm just a.
don't be in the room. Well, don't be in the courtroom, bitch. Leave me alone.
Don't be in the court.
Facts.
That's a
I've changed
fact.
my mind.
Hey,
Fuck Brandon's opinion. It stinks. I agree with you.
you stink.
I switch. I agree.
Shouts out to me.
And shout out to Dave Chappelle. How the fuck you go? So you think you could just govern every little fucking thing?
Why?
No. If I can't be in the room, if I can't be in the
That's
room,
not fair.
if I can't be in the
You
room,
govern everything.
I'm here because listen.
My body, my choice.
So you gotta know. So let me ask you. Hold on. 'Cause I'm feeling like I'm in my bag. I'm feeling like I'm in my bag. Hold on.
Let the nigga get in the bag, Brandon.
Hold on.
Get in the bag.
Wait. First of all, black men don't protect black women, right?
Oh, this shit.
This is coming from a nigga that's
Black-
taking his baby mama.
Black women. Black women. What they say? Wait. Tell me something. What they say? Black women don't get protected in hospitals by doctors.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You need you a fucking team in there. I don't care if your TT and your motherfucking mama in there. You need me in there too. Cause they already gonna be like, look, they're not together. He's already a terrible father.
Get in your
You
bag.
know they don't stay with their.
Camera one.
You know they're single mothers. You know he's not gonna be there. He's gonna be dead or in
Talk your
jail.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So first of all, we need to be in that motherfucker like united front. I don't give a fuck.
And I'm
here to protect you. I know I'm on my casual back, but like when I was in there with my girl, my main concern was literally like, yo, I'm making sure she getting the best treatment that she can get.
Yeah.
Obviously, your mama and your grandma, but it's one thing when it's 2 people yelling at you and 3 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, more. And it's like also, like you said, that protection shit. Like she'll say, "I don't want you in the room," but when y'all in the room with the TT and the mom and grandma, and then they not even in the room. That's me.
And on top of that, you just emotional, bitch. You said, since we're not together, I don't feel like
How many bitches has he just dropped?
You supposed to be spitting out my child. You spitting out my child. Relax.
Because we're not together. That was the whole thing. Since we're not together.
Right. So you know what? I changed my mind.
7 bitches.
I changed my mind.
That's a fact.
All I said is I was gonna come in when it's time for all that. Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
I would rather just wait. Alright, cool. That's the last place I want to be. And we already beefing. I ain't trying to be in the room too. Are you going? Hey, we got that 3-minute countdown. That baby coming. Y'all saw the head. Alright, I'm on the way in there.
Maybe if it was amicable, but the fact that she said because we're not together lets me know that you just being petty.
Just being petty.
I could potentially save your life, Sean. You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Dr. Just.
yeah, we on him. Shauna and Shane.
7 bitches.
Shauna and Shane. SNS, y'all.
Shauna and Shane.
Shauna and Shane. That sounds like a good couple. Shauna and Shane.
Y'all know what Shauna and Shane is?
So Shauna and Shane
Was they together?
Oh God.
So look, Shauna and Shane,
Ghost laughing and shit.
they just became a couple.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying? They're a few weeks in. Let's say
Shout
month
out
and a
to the
half.
energy.
Month and a half, right? Shauna and Shane.
You need some liquor?
Shauna takes Shane to a work event where she introduces Shane to one of her male co-workers / best friends.
Shout out to work husbands.
Yeah, or cousin, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna say
We
work
don't
husband.
know.
I don't want to judge y'all from what we saying.
Nothing wrong with work husband.
So you notice that it's a weird tension when she introduces you to him. You ask about him later on. Alright, come on.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Aaron's got it right.
Nigga was building up the tension. It's a weird energy.
Yo, come on, bro.
Shauna and Shane just become a couple. Shauna takes Shane to a work event where she introduces Sean, or Shane, whatever the fuck his name is. Shane's a black ass name.
Nigga, you came up with it.
To one of the male co-workers / best friends, right? So you notice a weird tension when she introduces Shane to him.
Okay.
You ask about him later on, and she says she used to date him, and before you decided that, you know, y'all were a couple, they just decided that, you know, they better off, excuse me, y'all, as a best friend.
Projectile.
Shit is real. So yeah, we're gonna rewind. You ask about it later on, Shane does, and she says that they used to date, but they decide they're better off as best friends, and not as lovers. So if you're Shane, how do you feel about it? And do you have the right to ask her to break off their relationship? And I know that shit dirty on the inside. Show me the inside of that motherfucker.
That's dirty as that sneeze, nigga.
Look, bitch.
Go ahead, bro. What did you say?
I just asked the whole question, nigga. You wanna listen?
And you,
Does the girl have a right to be?
Does
Well, do you have a right to be upset and ask them like, yo, break it off? Like, break off the friendship. Y'all just got together. Do you have the
We
right
just
to
got
say
together.
break it off?
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, if you tell me that was your friend, I may feel the, hey, what was the funniest? What did I miss? Because I felt the vibe. But no, we're really just friends, and that's
Like
not
I
the guy
introduced,
he's
okay,
ever
your
met.
first impression. Your first impression, he is not a good impression.
Yeah, he.
I mean, but you can't. We've been friends for years. You can't just come fresh into a relationship like, hey, I don't like that nigga. That's not your friend no more. Like, you gonna have to. No, it's not gonna
So
be
do
too
you
many.
feel like their friendship means more than
So you just gonna
than a
end
new
it.
relationship?
What's a new relationship? What, we've been together for a couple weeks.
I'm asking. I'm not defending it. I'm just asking.
Nah,
I'm trying to get every angle out.
Now, I mean, you as the man, you got, alright, they say they just friends. Let me keep my antennas up. You gonna see the signs. If I see something else, hey, look.
I get, bro, you're basically saying you're not gonna jump to conclusions. You're gonna
Yeah.
give it a chance for it to play out.
Yeah.
I guess me, I'm not secure enough for that. Like, I'm not.
That's
Like,
real.
as soon as I see that, if I didn't know about it ahead of time, and y'all used to mess with each other, you said that they tried to date, it didn't work. He already was hating, he already was with energy. I already know that nigga might already try to be salting me as soon as y'all see each other every day. I don't like that. Cause y'all already friends. I don't like the whole intimacy between other people. And since we just started, now I guess it's an option. Either I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna wait it out, and then eventually when we get stronger, I'm gonna be like, yeah, cut it off. Cause I feel like I don't have the right to say, stop being friends with him right away. We just start going out.
Yeah.
I do feel that's kind of weird. So either I'm gonna be like, look, I'm not feeling this. I break it off, but I keep going. But I'm with the intention that if I fuck with you and you start fucking with me, you're gonna stop fucking with him eventually.
Okay.
But y'all work together, so it's a dub.
My question to that would just be like, why you ain't? First of all, why you ain't make me aware that that's your
My
best
friend, that's my friend. Oh yeah, I used to date her because you don't want to throw off the your first knowing as a friend.
I feel like
It's still
I feel like if you work with, it's one thing if it's just like, yo,
you
like
met that nigga, he lived down the street.
we went to a club and we ran into the nigga. It's another thing if it's like, yo, I work with this nigga, I probably should, you probably should let me know about that. So now I mean, and especially even at night, before I got there, why would we call the guard?
The timing. I'm not saying tell him why y'all talking a week before.
That night.
That night.
So
Like,
I ain't
hey,
never had an ex that y'all really don't look at as an ex at this point, and it's just like,
Don't
oh shit,
matter,
it just
bro.
slipped my mind.
It don't matter, bro.
This
I'll put it
is
like this. If it's let's say this. Let's say that the work event was at 7 o'clock, right?
yes. No, I'm joking.
The work event was at 7 o'clock. I met up with you at 5 when I got off of work. Came to your house, got dressed. You should have told me at 5:30. You should have told me then, hey, so look,
So you can go in there with an attitude? No, nigga.
no.
I see both ways.
It depends on
I see both.
okay, so if you got with me, then you should have that trust, that understanding that hey, I'm understand like I might understand this point. Now sometimes
That's-
conversations is tough, bro. You gotta have
But
tough
y'all just
conversations.
start going out. You see, barely know how you gonna react to shit.
Well then we probably shouldn't be going out then if you don't know if you can't even know how I'm gonna react. Like you think it's that unpredictable?
Everybody you done been with ain't know how you gonna react until months until y'all.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with Brandon on that. It's not.
No.
It takes
I feel
time
like
to show learning
I feel
a
like
person.
okay, so look. I feel
That's
like
just
this.
making an official
I feel like
to the
this.
point where you don't mess
Okay,
with
so
somebody
look,
else.
yo,
But you're still
yeah.
learning
You
something.
Listen,
learn.
I feel like there's a comfortability.
Facts, nigga.
I feel like there's a comfortability
I
enough
agree.
to where you come into a situation where you let's say this is the scenario. He came from work 5:30. How I just explained it, right? And you say, hey, I just wanted to let you know there's a guy at the job that I used to deal with.
My best friend.
We're still close. Or whatever. I just want to let you know he's gonna be there tonight. I don't, you know.
And the reason why I agree, because if you told me that, I would have been
Nah,
like,
if I
But you have a choice. But the thing is,
24 to 48 hours. So it's like not right before you about to
I don't know
Now
how-
this shit is on my mind the whole time.
I don't know how I would have handled that.
Like,
okay, so let me
Energy
ask
is
you
different.
this. This is what I was trying to
That's
get
what
to. But this is what I was trying to get to.
It's messy either way.
You have a choice then. At least I gave you the choice. Because
No.
look, because if I tell you,
choice.
listen, no, because he's saying that he's basically, I don't want to say it too bad, but like basically you saying your pride was getting away, correct?
Right.
So would you
Nah.
respect it? Would you respect it more if I told you at that moment or when we got there?
I think either way it would
Nah,
be bad.
Okay, so that's how you move. How would you feel about
Either
it?
way it would be bad.
If you don't tell me a good amount of time before, tell me after. I'd rather be
Either way it would be bad.
So you were okay. So look. So you rather be
In
blindsided? You rather be blindsided,
In hindsight, I would.
or would you rather be known before to where you can make that
Nah,
decision?
I'm not
I'm
not going.
In hindsight, I'd rather know before. Either way, I'll be tight because it's like.
Yeah, so I'm saying you have a
But I'd
chance
rather
to
know
make that
before, so
decision.
I don't look crazy when I. Hey, what up, bro? Nice to meet
9
you.
times out of 10,
Yeah,
I'm
they
not
ain't
gonna
looking
go.
crazy.
I'm just not gonna go. So I would rather not have.
But if you don't go, then that's your decision. That's your decision, right? That's fine. You know what? I'm gonna deal with them consequences from then. But one thing he can't say is that I didn't inform him, I didn't communicate with him.
Like I said, me
This is an
personally,
early relationship. You wanna be on your P's and Q's.
and it's early. Nah, just that's something we can work up from and continue together. But if I knew right before, that shit could turn. Cause I can go in there and I say, all right, fuck it,
Already.
I'm going.
With it.
Now I'm gonna cause some shit, and then it's probably not gonna work.
So you're saying that it don't help nothing telling you that I heard. I see his point now.
Cause like
Wait.
me,
It's basically like
I'm trying to get
now
to
that
the point.
say
if
you tell
you
me
tell
right
me
before, I'm
before-
like, oh yeah, bet I'm going.
you kind of have that
First
defense mechanism already up. Where a nigga at? Fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
The guard's
I
already
mean,
up.
That's what I'm like.
So now you tell him after is an explanation to why.
And now we
Like,
may be
okay.
able to work from
Yeah,
that without me doing nothing.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. If you come into that mindset, and I'm not saying I'm not guilty of having that mindset before, I am. But I would think that would kind of be immaturity on your part. If she literally pulled you to the side to tell you, look, this is a situation, blah 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 blah.
You just being mature.
If you're mature enough, your situation, you would either be like, look, I don't feel comfortable going, or you'd be like, I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna act up.
I'm not mature enough.
Now if I tell, and that's respectable.
That's a fact.
So that's respectable.
No,
But if,
no, no.
so
If
I
you
think
tell me before, no, man, I'm good, I'm going.
You know what
But
I
in my
mean.
head,
No, I'm not.
Hey, you know what I noticed? You know what I noticed about Brandon? And I'm not knocking him or anything. I noticed that Brandon is an emotional thinker. Like, through these 14, what we on, episode 14?
Yeah.
You're an emotional thinker. Like, when we said, a nigga touch your girl, a nigga just, he was like, I'm swinging, I don't care who there. Like, I've noticed, like, it's been other occasions, I've noticed that you're more of an emotional thinker. Do you agree with that?
I try to think realistically and what would happen without thinking the situation through. So everything I say is not,
So you don't think the situation through?
no, like say we right there and that happens, more than likely me, I'm just gonna react. And then without sitting right here and thinking about
That's what he's saying.
how
Emotional. I'm more of a logical thinker.
I'm not a lot like I'm thinking real
So
time.
you're gonna think emotionally first, then
logic after.
and
But
and,
let me
and
ask you
certain
this.
situations.
So let me ask you this. So if it's an hour and a half, 2 hours before y'all get to the event, and she told you so you have enough time to process it, you think that like reacting emotionally is still the best way to do it? Do you think that you're reacting emotionally? Because he's saying like I'm too
And the only reason
immature for it. That's an emotional reaction.
But no,
right?
but in this situation, this one, it's like okay, all right. I may have calmed down to where it's like, you know what, I'm an adult, but I'm still on edge. Even if he makes a slick smirk, I still may like that's where.
But you know what? Which is worse? Coming into a situation where you know about the nigga and he's smirking at you or whatever, so you know what? We at her job, I'm gonna remove myself away from this nigga. Or be in a situation at her job where you don't know this nigga and now you like, man, who the fuck is this nigga looking at me like I'm crazy? This nigga, like, when he used to do
That's
like, what?
probably a
And now you looking at your girl in a new light. Like, who the fuck is this
You know what I'm
motherfucker?
saying? Like with that situation, you have a better chance of them if they're that close playing it off, and you don't
Yeah.
know it till you get home.
If you don't know it,
Versus-
if I already
So
know
y'all
it,
I would be okay. I would be more pissed because now you might have made me look stupid. Because now, let's say I'm sitting here talking to this nigga, or like cause think about it. If
I
you're,
would be
if
pissed.
you're at a job, you're in
I
a job
agree.
situation.
I
This isn't your job. You don't know nobody.
No, just you don't get finished. I agree. I would be more
100%.
pissed at her after.
But
I'm
that's
saying
something me
it
and
would
her could work
avoid-
out.
It would avoid the situation. We can work that out between me and her. She's like, I didn't do that because I didn't want you to. If you had known that I did that, it would have been a fight. Or it could have been altercation.
Okay, y'all on another level.
It could've been
Oh, listen, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm trying
I
to
ain't
think
mature, but
something
I think y'all on another level.
I'm
Y'all
trying to
talking
say,
about
like,
fighting
if-
at her job. Y'all niggas is
It could have been
crazy
altercation,
shit.
not a fight. It could
It's
have.
something that still could have
No,
related to the
it
point
could've
where
been-
it wouldn't be able to be
I'm
fixed.
supposed to be the cancer. Y'all niggas acting like cancer.
I'm trying to say like what
Y'all niggas is moving super emotional like
That's
that.
why I said I would rather not know.
Yeah,
instead
well,
of
I guess
right
the key
Bro,
to that
somebody
is
told
like
you
you gotta
she
know
was her
yourself.
ex, and or
So
she
now I'm looking for
You
anything.
tried to dap me up, dap me up, dap me up, dap me up. What up, boy?
Okay, no, I'm not moving like that.
You know what I'm saying?
The only reason I'm not moving, I'm gonna give you
Say it was the reverse. Say it was the reverse. He came out and he was like this. Now it's like, all right, that's strike one. Like I'm saying, if you were the
I don't
other
agree with
guy,
that.
you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with
All
that.
right, so if
I
I'm
just
coming
don't
out
agree. I
as
get
the
what you're saying,
husband-
but I don't agree with it.
So you wouldn't think.
I'm putting it like this. I'm putting it like this. If she told me up front, let's say she told me before I went.
An hour.
Yeah, she told me.
Before you
She told
I get ready.
This is my
60.
business. She told me.
59.
So now I have a choice. So now I have a personal decision to make. So if I decide to go, it's because you know what? In my mind,
I'm gonna be mature.
I'm going to be mature about the situation. I'm going to act right. You know?
Mhm.
So, unless this nigga, let's say, he provokes me, he does something disrespectful to me, then it'll be a good night. So if he doesn't disrespect me, we're good. Yo niggas are saying y'all is going to feel slighted from a nigga pounding you.
No, I'm saying
I'm
he said
coming
a
like-
wink or
Because,
or,
no,
or
she
violate.
said, wait, time out. She said this is her best friend.
The weird scenario, you felt weird
Okay.
energy. So what is weird energy?
So do you feel like,
In your definition, what is
I'm
weird
saying-
energy?
let's say that he, okay,
He
so,
hovered.
so when I say, so
Bro,
this is
that
how I
shit
feel.
gonna set me off.
Okay, so listen,
That's a
listen.
fact.
Let's say that he don't know that she's dating you. So when she says that, it might just catch you off because she said this is also her best friend.
Mhm.
So let's say that he may have never heard about you. There's a question that you asked, so I might be like, maybe later on, or either before me, like,
Why?
so does he know about me? That matters. So if I say, you know what, does bruh know about me? Let's say that she hadn't talked about you to him yet. You know, that's the difference. Like,
It sounds like she didn't handle the situation right.
she might not have.
Best friend, why am I waiting for
I
an
just feel
hour
like
before I meet him?
First of all, I'm just be honest with you. I ain't fighting over no girl that I just got with the old nigga. For what? Cause this nigga probably know her better than me for one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, with that whole situation is me. I'm kind of on a situation where maybe because you know I'm a little older now. Old me probably would have been more reactive, but me, I just don't react to disrespect as much.
Same way.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm not threatened, bruh.
You got it?
Yeah.
No, you made a point of you saying they're best friends. They know each other. I'm out the loop in this situation.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And I'm not gonna act up at your place of perfection.
I think it was my maturity level. You tell me that y'all best friends, y'all used to talk, and I find that out, and then I feel weird energy.
Have you ever been best friends with a girl you've been intimate with?
No, not best friends. No,
Okay. Well, have you been close friends? Have you been close friends?
I've been cool with a girl. Man.
Like, say afterwards. Like, say y'all stopped. Say y'all was cut buddies, and then afterwards y'all stopped.
This nigga wild. Nah,
Shout out to Chris, our cameraman. Hey, Darren, calm down.
nah. Y'all niggas, it's too. Hey, hypothetically speaking, of course.
I done called my nigga out. I
don't. Every girl, nah. If you was like my sis or my best friend, I've never been with you. Nah.
Okay, I understand that. You know what? Like I get y'all points, but I just think that I guess it just depends. To sum it up, it seems like it depends on your level of maturity.
And that's why I say I don't think my maturity level is high enough to handle that.
And that's why I
even
feel like
saying-
you shouldn't go. Then,
But-
if that's the case, if you're aware that you're not mature enough, then don't go.
And that's what I'm saying. Like at that situation, I'm gonna be like, yo, why am I just finding out about this? I'm gonna feel some type of way.
But okay, so ask yourself. So you're saying, why am I just finding out about this? But maybe that's the reason she told you prior to the event. Maybe she didn't know how to tell you. The same way y'all said afterwards, she's saying, I didn't know how to tell you. So maybe she's gonna say, you know what, I didn't know how to tell you, but I figured I should let you know before we go because I respect you and I really like you. So wouldn't you rather know that before
In hindsight.
rather than
In
after?
hindsight, either way, I'm gonna feel some type of way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Either way, because my maturity level, I'm gonna feel like, damn, you fuck with this nigga, y'all best
Tell me the
friend.
day before, and don't
You know
tell
what
me
I'm
till
saying?
after. What's the next question?
In hindsight, I'm gonna feel, but in hindsight, I'm gonna understand. Yeah, I get it, and we can grow. So, it is. That's how I feel.
All right. You're 50 years old. So for me, this is 30 years later than my current age. You're 50 years old.
Oh, you remember what you said when you start doing when you're 50, right?
What I said? What I said? I said I'm gonna get my butt.
You're gonna get butt licked, so you live your best life right
So
now.
obviously, great. I just added 10 years to that predicament.
Go ahead.
I'm 50 years old. You at the age where you want to get your butt licked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's lit.
I do.
like it, love.
You're 50 years old and your friend wants to go out and celebrate his divorce. He wants to get his butt licked that night.
My divorce.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all end up at a strip club, so y'all end up at the Flame. And somehow y'all end up at the Flame, right?
It's still
Yeah.
popping.
Y'all 50-year-old asses. It's 2040 and y'all at the damn Flame,
Okay.
right? Because we 30
I had
right?
to do math. My
Yeah.
bad. Go ahead.
It's 2040.
This episode.
Y'all end up running into you. Well, let me say this: you end up going to strip club and you end up running into your daughter. You know what I'm saying? She and that motherfucker stripping. I'm talking about naked as the day she was motherfucking
Who
born.
came up with this?
You damn near gotta spank that motherfucker to see if she alive. You know what I'm saying? That's how fucking
Hey, this is wild.
right. You run into your daughter.
This shit is
I was hoping we was having a good one.
She told you, yo, I'm a manager at State Farm.
Yeah.
She might not lie. She just probably do work her in the daytime.
You see her. How do you feel about it?
I'm 50. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I'm 50 years old. So it's kind of hard to have that point of view. I can only think about how I feel now.
Okay.
Now, Jesus Christ, bro.
How
So
old is
I didn't know she was stripping.
She's 22.
22.
I didn't know she was.
Now me personally,
I got 2 years.
Alright.
I don't know about.
I see her. My hope is to not make eye contact. Hey fellas, I just got an emergency call. I gotta go.
Hey, fellas.
I'm going back to the house. And if we still live together, I'll be sitting on that couch.
That's a lot, bro. Like your daughter. First of all, I don't know how I would feel when I'm 50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
you
I'm
don't know what 2040 is.
I don't know what 2040 look like. I'm 30. It's like by then I might be. It's embarrassing. If somebody figured it out while I'm leaving real quick or however I handle it. It's my daughter's stripping. I see her.
I'm walking out.
Yeah, I gotta leave. I
I think we all agreed on that. Like,
I gotta leave.
leave.
But how I handle it.
22 is 22.
Is she grown? If she's
22.
I mean it's like that. If she's grown,
Let's say she's 23, 22. So
I-
she's a young adult.
she has her own spot and everything like that. I'm just having a conversation with her. I'm having a conversation with her. I'm gonna be like, listen, this is probably why you need to explain. Like it's why you should be honest what you do and have that so we don't have these random situations. You know what I'm saying? So we should be on the same page. If you're supposed to want to do a strip, if I'm financially able to help you, I will. If I can't, and that's what you need to do, I'm gonna try to make sure she's safe.
Be the best damn stripper.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say be safe, like because I know how niggas be drunk in the club trying to touch girls who's naked and shit. But I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it at all.
niggas.
I didn't say that. I said I know. I seen
I
niggas
was
do that
just
shit.
I
I don't know how I would feel honestly. That shit-
I actually
that's wild,
100%
bro.
agree with what you said. I think you explained it as good as you could, so I don't really have too much to really say to that. I think you agreed. I think the way that you said it was pretty good. Like, yo, like,
Give me a
you should have let me know. You could come to me for anything.
Yeah, that would be what I would like stretch first. Like something like that. If you feel you need the money to do it, you should let me know. Now if you just wild freak ass girl, then that's
Freak
a whole
hoe.
freak
Freak
hoe.
hoe.
Y'all niggas wild. What's the next question, man? What else we got over here?
That's a tough one, dog.
Alright, speaking of your daughter, so you put money up, you know, for your daughter to go to college since the day you knew that she was going to be born. You know what I'm saying? You found out, and you did the right thing, you managed your money, you made a trust fund, whatever it may be, right? So, fast forward, she's now graduated from high school. You got plans for her to go to college. She's smart, you know, she's intelligent. You know she can go to any college. Let's say that let's say this Fort Valley. Whatever, right?
Any cop?
Yeah, we're gonna say, let's just say this, she's thinking low. Let's say Georgia State, fuck it. Georgia State, right? She can go to Georgia State. Right?
Just say
That's a
it.
little bit.
That's a little bit better, right? Georgia State?
2.3 got in Fort Valley.
Okay, let's say Georgia State, right? She's gonna go to Georgia State.
Oh God.
So she comes up to you a couple months before it's college time and she says, you know what, Dad, like I just wanna let you know, like,
She wanna be a stripper?
no. I don't wanna go to college.
Three hoes.
And I wanna use the money that you save for me
Mm-hmm.
to pursue my real goals.
Which is
I wanna be a rapper.
You got business plan.
So you've heard her rap before. You like, okay, she kinda decent. You know what I'm saying? Like she got a little talent.
okay.
But she wants to use that money that you saved for college to push her rap career or
See-
whatever. What do you do?
Show me
See, the
proof.
problem with this scenario is, like, I'm not the biggest go to college nigga. So if I did say
That's not a problem.
No.
This is why I asked.
So if I save money for you to go to college, if you have a business plan, if you have a responsible business plan and you have it modeled out, this is how much we pay for studio time. If you have concrete plans, I wouldn't have as big a problem as funding that for
I'm
you.
gonna let you go last.
Right? I wouldn't if you're a rapper. But in the climate we are in now, all the female rappers that are successful are sexualized. I'm going deep and I'm sorry. I don't know how comfortable I would be with that as a parent. But if you're getting famous, fuck it, you know, it's your bad. I get that. But I don't know how comfortable I would be with that. But other than that part, it's on you. If you're saying I just want to be a rapper, I don't have an idea,
Yeah.
I'm not putting money on your
Yeah.
books.
My question would be, how much do y'all think it costs to probably go to Georgia State? Matter of fact, we got Chris. Come here.
No.
We're gonna let Chris do it. No, Chris.
Cameo?
Yeah, Chris, come here. You went to Georgia State. Come here. You not gonna come here? Bruh, you don't.
He can just speak. He just speak.
Okay,
on
Chris,
some
you can
hard
talk. Chris, roughly, how much does it cost to probably attend Georgia State for 4 years?
shit. Yeah, you're right.
How much do you think?
You could Google it.
With hope or without?
Without hope.
No, niggas ain't got no hope.
Man, I had hopes and
It's
something.
like 30 to 40,000 a semester.
That's not.
30,000, 40,000 a semester.
For a year.
So you're saying for 1 year it's about 60,000?
That's not true.
Yeah.
That nigga went there. How you gonna tell him?
So basically,
My
so
sister
am I roughly okay by
You
saying
got it from his.
basically I
I'm
need
See that hope?
Georgia State University tuition.
am I okay by saying roughly with college?
In-state tuition is $9,286.
Nigga, no.
Whatever. Listen. I don't need those
You
type of.
gotta put in books and staying on campus.
No, we're not talking about living there. We're talking about
No,
tuition.
you have to put living there. You have to put that there. Because you either gonna stay on campus or not.
You going to commute.
Even so if you put it
That
there, you gotta
wasn't
buy
in
a
the
car.
question. That wasn't in the question.
How much? The question was how much it costs. to
So
live.
roughly, let's just say 6 figures. 6 figures. Let's just say that.
6 figures.
Your whole year,
That's like
100,000.
For a year?
Just say
Let's
your
just
whole
say-
4 years.
let's just say your 4 years is
4
6
years,
figures.
4 years.
Let's say you saved up 100. Okay, time out.
Yeah, fuck y'all niggas.
Bro,
This ain't Harvard.
bro, you're getting
was
beside
60
the fact.
it
Let's
was-
just say that you saved up 6 figures. You saved up 100,000 for your kid to
college.
go to college,
Cool.
right? Cause that's how much you think. So you saved up 100,000 for your kid to go to college, right? She wants to rap. She wants to rap.
Not that.
It is about 20K a year.
My
Yeah, how
question.
much?
20.
Times 4 is what?
And
It's not a year. It's
6
a,
figures?
it's a semester, not a year. Think about it. Not a semester, not a year.
We get on the side of the point. Go ahead. I
So
saved up 100K. Go ahead.
you got 100K for it. You got 100K for her trust fund.
Mm-hmm.
for college.
Yes, for college.
Fucking money.
She says she wants to rap. I think for me,
Go to
personally,
college.
so they said she's decent. They said she's decent, right? That was part of the question.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would necessarily be like, look, it would be like a situational thing for me. So I'd be like, you want to be a rapper, and let's say I believe direction. Yo, I'll give you 10,000. Whatever you do with that, you do. You got a year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're saying. I don't
you got a year.
agree.
If I believe it, and what I'm saying, if I believe in that she's really a good rapper,
Mhm.
I would probably try to convince her from there. I'd be like, yo, you should probably try to, why can't you go to school and try to rap?
Mhm.
Why can't you do that? I would weigh the options,
I
but
agree with
I
that.
also believe in me, and I'm a hip hop head. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If my daughter says she want to rap, I might be a little excited on the low. Like, you know what, you want to rap? Because especially if she's nice
Mhm.
or she's good. Like, there's potential.
I'm sound sexist as fuck, but like the best female rappers, like Rhapsody.
I don't give a fuck if my daughter's rapping about, yo, if she's
No,
like,
that's not what I
I'm gonna
said.
sit on the dick. Yo,
No,
daughter,
no,
I'm trying
you're missing my
I'm trying to
point.
be part of Entourage.
You're missing
oh,
my
God.
point. You're missing. I just take a while. You're missing.
I'm
my
going
point.
to the club.
You're
Rich.
missing my point. What I'm saying is the rap ability for a female. Who's the most popular female rappers? If you
It's
say-
a lot of. Do I need to go online who's popping right now?
Listen,
And I get where
Listen.
you're trying to go with it.
where am I going with it? Young Miami just had a post. She said she had like critiques saying that she can't rap good. She was saying every time I have a show, there's thousands of people rapping my verses, right?
So I'm
That
trying.
doesn't mean she can rap good. That means that she's a good artist and she's in her bag. Meaning that the rap ability is not what makes a female rapper in this climate.
So
popular.
obviously you know if your daughter is marketable or not. You know if your daughter is.
So,
you know if your daughter
that's
is beautiful. You know
no.
what's going on. Like you.
That's
That's
different
the
than her
decision you
rap
make.
ability.
That's the decision you
So,
make.
like if you are a fucking Lupe Fiasco,
Listen.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Hell no,
I'm not gonna put
motherfucker.
$100,000.
I'm thinking my daughter is like fucking mulatto or
I'm
some
gonna
shit.
look. Can you twerk? That's kind of wild. But like, you know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
asking the truth though.
That's sex appeal.
What you're
for
saying is
itself.
right, even if that
For,
is your
for the
daughter,
climate,
bro.
the female rapper.
If your daughter is Megan Thee Stallion, you're like, absolutely yes. Go ahead and rap.
I don't feel comfortable with this. This shit is wild.
I ain't saying I'm gonna fuck you, but obviously from 14 you've been thick, girl. I know you got the sex appeal. I know you look alright.
I don't know if I could do that as a father. Though.
What I'm saying is, okay, listen.
I could.
I know, y'all, like he's laughing and shit, but I'm being for real.
No, I understand that.
You know that your daughter is
thick.
attractive. You know your daughter is attractive.
If she's a stallion or not.
Sure.
But I don't know if I could be like, I'm gonna
Yo.
fund.
Is it your pride or is? But are you thinking about you, or are you thinking about your daughter's passion? Your daughter wants to be a rapper. She's saying, "I
My
love."
daughter wanna be a stripper. She wanna be a rapper. God damn, bitch, go to school. Go to class.
I'm asking you.
So you just called your daughter a bitch.
It won't be the first time.
I'm just asking you. Like, okay, let's say you say the
I'm
100K.
joking.
I'm gonna give you 10. I'll give you 10. And if it don't pop, then you know what? You go to school and you figure it out and you support your own career. That's how I feel about it. That's my solution to it. I don't know. What about you, Brandon?
Shit, man. Y'all niggas threw me off with that shit. I basically go and say, this money saved for this. Alright, if you're telling me that this is what you want to do, you've already put in the work, let me see your numbers. Let me see, oh, you on YouTube, let me see what views you got. Let me hear what you got. Let me see what business, then after that, what business plan after that?
But what if she hasn't? So what if she has no plan and she's saying, wait, no, I'm saying, no, what I'm saying, okay, not even no plan. What if she hasn't pursued her career because she's been scared of what you're gonna think? But she's saying, now I'm all in. This is what I want to do. I want to be a rapper. This is my studio time. This is what it is. This is how much it'll roughly cost.
For me, it's like you
I
say.
want to have access to this money.
You say 10,000 in a year. I couldn't put no timeline on that shit. Like 2 Chainz, it took 10. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, listen,
rap, like you.
But no,
consider a
I'm not saying you can't support your rap career. What I'm saying is, after I've invested 10,000,
That's it.
I'll give you 10,000. I'll give you a year or whatever it may be. This is roughly the amount of time that I'll give you. This is how much money I'll give you to support your career. Put it like this: I wouldn't just put 10,000 in her hand. I'm like, this is how much I'm willing to spend on you, and this is the amount of time that I'm willing to spend on you. So for me, after that, you're on your own. You support your own career. If you don't want to go to college, fine. I'm not making nobody go to college, especially as a nigga who didn't go to college.
I would never make nobody. It's a waste of
So
money. It's a
if
waste
you
of
want to be a rapper,
$100,000.
yeah. So my thing is, if you want to be a rapper, I'll give you a head start. Look, 10,000 out of 100,000 ain't gonna kill. You know what I'm saying? Like it is. And if you love your daughter, you believe in her, especially if I said like, yo, you actually kind of nice. Like
I need to see the pre-work before.
I would push her.
Alright.
I would feel a little.
I mean, it's hard,
hesitant
but
if I didn't know you was
let's
rapping.
say that you give her a year, you never know how good somebody gonna get in a year.
Yes, and you can also go to school in that year too.
But also,
I feel like
so
we're
so
working
listen,
towards
so look, I remember Nicki Minaj. I watched her story, and she literally it was kind of the same thing. Kind of like her family supported her for a year because she said, I can't work and make the music I want to do. And they gave her a year. It happened for her.
It didn't
Because she
happen
was
in a
in-
year though, did it?
It did. She wasn't necessarily Nicki Minaj,
She didn't
there was-
meet Wayne in the year.
but there was progress.
Progress. She
Like
became-
they knew something was going
she
on.
became Busta.
I thought that was a great blueprint. I'm not saying it's gonna work for everybody. It don't always work like that for everybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, her family believed in her, and when they actually see, you know what, I believe in her too. Like when she's showing signs that you know what,
You get the rest of that bag.
you never know. And just coming from a nigga who's a hip hop head, for me,
I'll be excited.
yeah, I would kind of like love for my daughter to be hip hop.
My conflict would be knowing that the female artist has to be sexualized.
That's all you worried about. You don't care.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
Hey, whatever you.
I don't care that my
That's what
daughter's. Listen. Cause if you had a son and he was rapping, and you wouldn't have no problem, and he was like,
Just
I got bitches sucking dick. This,
You know.
I don't care what you rap about.
You know what I feel like that? You know what I feel
So
like?
what are you
How
talking
feel
about?
it? No, I'm gonna tell you why. If I knew I didn't do what I did as a parent and made sure you're secure, you know how you are as a person, you can rap about whatever the fuck you
I don't
want to
care what she rap about. She can rap about anything she rap about. I'm talking about they're gonna be selling her image like on some model
Exactly.
type shit.
That's what it is.
I
It's
just-
the same thing.
I don't
you know what you do?
As long as
You know
I
what you
know
do?
I did
You
it
know what
as
you
a
do? You know what you do?
You know your child's more.
Yo, one of the stipulations is I gotta be your fucking manager. Now, until maybe you either find a better manager with experience, or
I'm just talking about my comfort level. That's it.
I ain't worried about my comfort level.
That's
If
it.
you're trying to if
If that's what you want to do as a rapper, I know how hard it is for a female MC to get popping without all the extra shit.
It's just they can
It's
rap
hard.
about it without doing it.
I don't care about what you rap about. You can rap about whatever you want. I'm talking about like they sell sex for female rappers.
yeah,
And it's like,
my daughter
I
can
don't wanna
sell
be
sex. I don't give a fuck.
Or maybe I do.
My daughter's sexually active at a certain age.
Maybe I do.
All right, man. Let me hurry up. I got 2 more questions because we in the bonus. In the bonus now, y'all. Actually, no, we got 1 more. So, your ex from a while back, she sent you an invitation to her gender reveal. So she got a baby on the way or whatever. Y'all ain't really talked in over a year. The problem is that your current girlfriend read the invite, and she has an issue with it. You know, she has an issue with her sending the invitation, period. Do y'all think she has a right to be mad, or is she out of pocket?
Nope. And that's only if.
No what? She's not out of pocket?
No, she's out of pocket. Yes, she's out of
Okay.
pocket because it's like, yo, you know who this was when you saw the invite. You know we used to be together, but you know it ain't nothing. That right there is her being out of pocket, knowing who the person is.
I don't think she's out of pocket for being upset.
But if y'all are cool, and if she's,
We don't know if she's cool or not. It's just that we
why
haven't
would she
talked.
invite you to? I mean,
I don't know.
I have friends right now that I ain't talked to in over a year.
Mhm.
But if
What's
they hit me
your
up on the
reason?
same thing, I wouldn't be upset.
Tell me, what's your reason?
Like why? Why am I
Why send
invited
it?
to your gender reveal? For what? For
Okay.
what? Me personally, I know my stance. Like, I don't think you should be friendly with your ex, personally.
Mhm.
So like, I wouldn't feel no type of way.
So
if
you
my
don't have
girl-
no ex you could be friends with.
I would feel some type of way if my girl was friendly with her ex. So I wouldn't be mad at her if I was friendly with
Like
mine.
you said, your immaturity. You might be immature. You might, possibly. I'm not saying that you are immature.
Because like,
You're just saying that you
no,
you're
that's a
thinking-
fact. I might be immature, but I also know what comes with that. Like, what is like? I know what a friend means. Like, friends is like it's a closeness. I take friends as a strong word, not associates. Not if somebody's my friend, that means I'm close to them. That means I can confide in them. That means I spend time with them. Or if I don't, it's like that when I see them. I don't need. There's no bound. Like there's certain boundaries, but there's not a certain boundary that I would have with an associate or a coworker. That is my friend. So when I have been sexual with that person, them boundaries get convoluted.
Yeah.
If that's a word.
Convoluted.
Convoluted.
I don't even know if that's a word. I just made
Whatever it is, you know, they get crossed.
I ain't say the same.
You know how Brandon fans do. They kill my ass. But what I'm just saying, like, it's easier if you just keep them at a distance. So why am I inviting you to a gender reveal? For what? I ain't talked to you in a year. I didn't even know you was pregnant.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I just don't think. I think the fact is just it's a gender reveal. It's not that deep.
I
Like,
didn't talk to you in a year. I didn't know you were
You don't
pregnant.
know that conversation.
okay, so
They might have had,
so let me
like I
say
said, they've been friends, they dated, but they were friends first, right? And they had this whole thing like, hey, you know, I want you at my first baby shower. I want you at my gender reveal. Like
A
they
lot
can
of
have
shit
that.
changes.
Okay,
bro.
so let me say this.
So she may not know. That's why she sent it off good faith. Like, hey, if he say that's cool. If he says he can't, it's cool.
I understand that, but at the same time, I'm not mad at my girl for being mad.
Let me say this.
I'm not mad at her for being
I
mad. She
think-
has a right to feel some type of way.
I think as far as like you inviting me to a gender reveal, if let's say I'm thinking of like me being the girlfriend, right? So whatever, I'm the boyfriend. Let's say it's the other way around. Me, I would be more so like, why would he or
Why?
she want you there when they're with somebody else?
Why?
But I wouldn't necessarily, it wouldn't trigger me to be mad. I would just be like, yo, that's some weirdo shit. Like, you're a weirdo.
I wouldn't
But
be mad neither.
But that's my
My question
personality.
would really be like, did the invite say you or us? Oh, you going? Cool, go ahead. Oh, you
I don't know how I ain't really worried about that. Like, I'm not thinking about me.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, oh, it said you. It's an invite just for you. All right, have fun. It's the invite for us. I mean, do you really want me to go with you? I will, but I ain't got to.
Either way, I am.
Oh,
Stay woke, bro.
Either way, I don't really care.
It's all
More
about
so,
knowing-
I'm not gonna
it's
be.
all about knowing the person.
I just put it like this. I'm not gonna be upset with you for somebody else sending you an invite. You ain't talked to them in over a year.
So the question is, they mad at you or they just mad?
Nah, they mad.
I'm not gonna
They
be
mad
upset.
at-
Period.
No, I didn't remember the scenario. They're upset or they're upset at you. Like you
They
just.
didn't say I didn't say when I made this question. I didn't say they're upset at you.
Yeah, she has
I just said that they have the right to be upset.
Facts.
I don't think that you necessarily should feel upset because me, I'm the type of nigga. I feel like I base things off of your reaction. So if the nigga's like, I want to go, then you maybe have an argument. It's like, hey, so you want to go for real?
If my ex,
If the nigga's like,
if my ex,
man, I don't give a fuck
If
about
my
this
ex
damn
ain't
invite.
talk-
I ain't going to that shit.
If
Then
my ex-
what are you even being upset for if this
if
nigga
my
don't even want
ex
to go?
that I ain't talked to over a year sent me an invite, and my girl seen it, she's like, what the fuck? Why did this bitch send you an invite? I'm not gonna be like, you tripping. I'll be like, I don't know.
I'll be like, yo, I don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
but
that
she
shit.
has a right to be upset. Whatever. That's your right. I don't think you're tripping for that.
I don't know. I don't think you. I don't agree. I don't think you're right. If you need to, and you know women. A woman's gonna check your temperature. You feel me? When has a woman ever came out and just said her opinion about some shit first? Or a woman investigate, she say some shit first, she check your temperature, am I correct?
Yeah.
So I just know how a woman gonna be like, she gonna watch your reaction. So let's say that your reaction is like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about going to a fucking gender reveal. Like, this is not my girl, you know what I mean? Like, then she gonna be like,
And then a
Cool.
woman ain't gonna let that go. Regardless, she gonna bring it up as soon as she has the opportunity to.
Hey,
As
honestly,
soon as something
We-
pop up.
man, that's where your argument is.
we can go back and forth.
That's
about
where your
that.
argument is.
It all depends on your woman at this point. It
No,
depends
but
on the type of woman you have.
if she feel, I don't think my girl would get upset, but in general, she would. I'd be like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't send her an invite.
If she get mad, that line right there ain't gonna be the line.
Yeah,
She
sometimes
goes to
it's
first.
just like, what you know, we good together.
Nah.
Alright, so where we at, man?
We on F&C, in the place to be.
Facts and cap.
I can't wait to count all the way through this. Like
I got one question,
Like
but
them
I'll just say that
Cafe
after
Falcons.
you. Fuck you, bitch.
Hey, nigga. Where y'all at in y'all division?
Second.
So I seen this post that says why men don't marry.
I don't
Right.
know why, cause I did.
It says
We know.
because
I
they're
love my wife.
you went from Mr. Political to Mr. I love my wife.
I
Change the
love my
background.
wife.
Mr. Political.
Laura.
Mr. Political to Mr. I love my
Laura. I love you, Laura.
wife.
I still
Her
put
class
that album
name.
that chance.
Because there's nothing in it for them. I'm gonna read the statement.
Alright.
What exactly does marriage offer men today? Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends,
Nope.
right? Their
My nigga said
respect.
right
We
here.
going. I'm trying to listen, bro. Damn, shut the fuck up. Let's go.
Men know there's a good chance they'll lose their friends,
Nope.
their respect, their space, their sex life, their money, and if it all goes wrong, their family. Says a PhD, Mrs. Helen Smith. She has a book called Men on Strike. They don't want to enter into a legal contract with someone who can effectively take half their savings, pension, and property when the honeymoon period is over. Men aren't wimping out by staying unmarried or being commitment phobes. They're being smart. Cause
And
like,
she said what's in it for them, right?
and unlike women, this is her final statement, which is gonna be my facts and cap. Men lose all power after they say I do. Their masculinity dies. Facts or cap. There's only one person married here, so.
I'll go
I'll go
first.
last.
Alright, you
So I
go
go
last.
first. I don't all the way 100% agree, but I definitely understand that point. And I'm not saying that because for me, I see a lot of niggas who like be in that type of situation. I will say, like, I think men value themselves a little too highly a lot of the times. So like when she says a guy who basically he divorces, like a lot of niggas think that they're like a woman wants half of their money and they think a little too, you know what I'm saying, like they think a little too highly of themselves.
Divorce rate is as high as it's ever been, right?
Yes, there are
It's
divorce
not
rates,
always-
but also black women, it's statistically proven that black women make more money than black men. So I think it's a lot of ego involved when it comes to that. You know, that's a whole
No,
nother
that's a fact, but
Yeah.
that's because a lot of black men don't have jobs.
Yeah. We be locked up. We've got
Yeah,
all
I'm
shit
saying-
going on. Yeah, so it's other factors in there. I'm
In the
not
workforce, I
yeah.
don't think black
I'm
men
not
work.
saying that to bash black men. Put it like that. I'm not saying that to bash black men. But what I'm saying is I do understand the point that she's making for us. I do understand that. Like, I ain't necessarily saying it's right, but like when it comes to us, it's kind of like it do have to be. Is it wrong to be selfish? Is it wrong to?
So,
Like, is it wrong?
yes. Yeah. We're listening.
Is it wrong? Is it wrong to be selfish a little bit? Is it wrong to think about yourself before you make?
Am I
decisions?
wrong?
Are you? I'm just asking that. Like, are you wrong to make decisions for yourself?
I think if you're going into a marriage, you have to anticipate all that,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's something you have to consider. I'll
Uh-huh.
say you have to consider. In general, I do feel like men lose a little bit of their masculinity in that sense.
Yeah.
Some people call it toxic masculinity.
Ego.
Your ego, you have to come to the table with that. You have to.
No, but
You ain't gonna get burned. Let me get my shit off. I feel like that because you have to because in general when you get married, if you want, I would assume if you want to have that happy marriage, you have to sacrifice.
And
So it's sacrifice, but sacrifice comes in both ways.
I also feel
Sacrifice
me
comes
personally,
both ways.
I think that
It's only talking about
if
half
you
the
get
part.
if you get the right woman, she's there to make you better.
that's the only one that you should marry is the right one.
Mhm.
We all make
Doesn't
the right
happen all
decisions,
the
though.
time.
Do you
No,
think
that's
Dr.
okay.
Dre? You think Dr. Dre right now think he made the right decision?
We don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
People change. So at the time, you married the right woman, but
That's what I'm saying.
It's really gotta be
all
like a big
circumstantial.
old trust factor. Like, do
Yeah.
I think Dr. Dre's relationship was 100 before they got married to the point to where they got married? No. Is that a big thing? I'm like, yo, you need more good times than bad times before you get married. And what I see a lot of fools do is they just especially a lot of niggas, they'll force a marriage just to keep the girl around. Now you still entitled. You still paying for your mistakes you did when you was just a relationship nigga versus a married nigga. But I mean, my whole thing is like, and I can only speak for myself. The whole thing going into it ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change how we dealt with everybody, dealt with each other, and I'm married. Ain't nothing changed. I had the same roles then that I got now. Ain't nothing changed, and that's the whole point. You can get that. And it ain't always gonna be like that. But if y'all work it out to where it should be like that, then nah, that shit ain't no different. You don't feel all them things as the question said.
I think it's facts, but it's only half the argument. The other half is the girl has to sacrifice too.
Yeah, it's
The girl
got,
has to sacrifice too.
and you're gonna
That's the
sacrifice
part.
the rest of your life.
You have to sacrifice. Marriage is a compromise. It's a sacrifice. So yes, you do.
And you playing
You
in a
lose
team
a lot,
24/7.
but the idea is that it's worth it. So if it's worth it, yeah, you are gonna sacrifice. You're not single anymore. You're not in a relationship where you have all that
But you
opportunity.
ain't gotta lose yourself either.
You don't have to lose yourself.
To
but
the
you-
music, the moment you want it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot, do not miss it. The next question.
That's how.
Y'all niggas
I was hoping you would a little bit more.
Y'all niggas a little too deep.
I have a question. Facts or cat? Can you truly be friends with your homeboy's girlfriend? Facts or cat?
Oh,
That's
Yes.
your homeboy.
Yes, facts, Your homeboy's girlfriend.
That's your homeboy's girlfriend. Can you truly be friends
100% facts.
with your homeboy's girlfriend?
100% facts. And I'm gonna
This
tell
is
you
coming
why.
off of a real life situation.
Yes, we know. We know the
Real life
situation.
situation.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I heard.
As long as you know your role.
What does that mean?
So,
Episode number 1.
so as long as you know, so I'm put it like this.
Know your role.
Wait. So as long as you know your role, when I say that, what I mean is, so Brandon, Kazadi, y'all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know, not even, and I'm not even saying this from a standpoint of like, y'all owe me loyalty. Y'all don't owe, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you need to know when it comes down to a certain situation, like say it comes down to my girl or my girl's friends, just know they having her back. Or they're gonna say, or like say I was out doing wrong and we are, and they see me, they're gonna tell her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta be logical about the situation.
I'm waiting for your answer. You didn't answer yet.
What's the necessary?
Facts to cat. Can you be friends with your homeboy's girl?
Yes, you could be friends because as a friend, I would say this.
If you're not loyal,
It depends on what y'all consider friends. So like
Okay.
if
I think my answer about to be so left.
let's say this. It's been times where like me and my girl, I think we disagree on what a friend is, right?
Okay.
Maybe I'm a little too over generous.
Lucy.
Yeah, a little too loosey about what a friend is.
Okay.
So for me, it's like I might not see you for a month,
A year.
a year,
And you still be my close friend.
and we could pick up.
That's a
For
fact.
her, I'll be like, yo, that's my friend, that's my
That's a
homie.
fact.
For her, she's not like that.
If I don't talk to you in a year, you're not my friend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm more so, it's not the amount of when I talk to you. It's how I talk to you. So if I talk to you and then it's been a year, but we pick up exactly where we left off, you can be my
Facts.
friend. But the situation is, can I be friends with my homeboy's girlfriend?
So look, the reason I say that, so look, after that, the reason I say that is because if they hit it off, like say they cool. If they cool, like for me, y'all are friends. Like if we
Hell no.
if we get to a point, no. What I'm saying is we spend a lot of time together, and I feel like y'all are how you just now. You can be I can be a better friend. Like me and this nigga, we're better friends than y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, and I know this is our podcast. I don't want to get too. Y'all might not all the viewers know, but let's say this: Courtney is Jasmine's friend before she's mine. I understand that.
On that. Courtney.
Okay, Courtney and Jasmine are best friends. My girlfriend is Jasmine.
Okay.
My girlfriend is Jasmine.
Okay.
Courtney and Jasmine are best friends.
Okay.
I understand my role. I know that
And you're friends with Courtney.
me and Courtney are friends,
Okay.
but I understand that she's her friend first.
Okay.
So that's just what it is. Like I understand that this is your friend. Y'all are friends first. If we ever was to be done, I don't have to question what side she's gonna be on. Not even a side. Like you don't have to pick a side. I know who your friend is. That's how it works. But you're my friend.
See this.
Kelly's my friend. I feel like Kelly's my friend. That's his wife. Kelly's my friend.
Oh my
So
I'll
if,
shoot
if,
you, nigga.
if Kelly and Kelly,
Got you.
for the fans, Kelly is Brandon's wife.
Ah.
If Kelly and Brandon divorced, it was a messy divorce, would you still be friends with Kelly?
Maybe.
I would
What
expect.
do you mean maybe?
I would expect.
What does that
him to, and
mean?
I wouldn't
I'll be
mad.
closer with Brandon. I'll be
I
closer
didn't
with Brandon.
ask you what's your relationship with Brandon was. I'm asking
You
what's
asked.
your relationship
Let me
with
see.
Kelly.
Okay, so let me answer my question. Let me answer your question. I think Brandon is who I owe my loyalty to, for me, in my personal opinion. But me texting her and being like, you know, how you been? Is everything all right? I think me and Brandon have a trust where Brandon knows he's not gonna think that my intentions are wrong if I was to hit her up. If I was to be like, hey, Kelly, is everything good? Everything's all right? No.
I need some support. Like I'm trying to go out. I need you to pull up on me. That's friends. Like I need you. I'm having an event. Can you pull up on me?
I would not care.
I didn't say what you care or not.
I don't.
That's not my question.
I don't think he would care, but
it's nothing-
it might be boundaries, but I can still consider you a friend.
This is why.
That's how I feel.
It's
about
I
it.
feel like he would pull up.
This-
And I would hope that he would pull up to hear it because
Like
You
it
got to
depends
that
on the
point?
circumstances and the boundaries. Like I just said, like it depends. It's certain things that depend on the situation. So that's just me.
This is what I feel like. I hold the word friend strongly. If you're my
so
friend,
you break up with Courtney, we can't be her friend.
y'all not her friends.
Well, we don't. Yeah, we don't.
Y'all not her friends.
We don't speak on the phone.
That's the question.
If you break up with Courtney, if I break up with my
so
girl,
if Justin break up with Jasmine, I can't text Jasmine ever again.
I didn't say you can't text. You can text whoever you want. That's when you consider Jazz your friend.
Me and Jazz has developed a friendship.
Listen, this is what I feel.
And like, if they was to break up, and now that they have a kid together, yes, I would still.
This is what I feel like. If my homeboy
That's
has a girlfriend,
He has
right?
a
As
girlfriend.
my day one have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be friends with her because it's conflict of interest. As simple as that. If I have two friends that wasn't going out, then they go out. I'm gonna let them know. Y'all both my friends.
You know why?
Leave me impartial.
why I think
But
it's-
I would. I've learned now that, and I always knew this, but I was being petty. If my homeboy has a girl, my loyalty is to you. You're my friend. I could be friendly with you. I could be cool with you.
So let me
We
ask you
could be
a question.
associates, but you're not my friend.
I wish y'all would sing his audio on Saturday.
Yeah.
Or whatever day that was.
Hold on.
I would.
Alright,
I was fighting for another nigga fight.
let's just say like
Let's
this,
be
right?
real. Because another nigga said we were friends. I was just saying
Let
you
me
being
finish,
extra.
bro.
Go ahead. You didn't let me finish, but go ahead.
Right, this my nigga.
Yeah.
I catch him doing some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell her, but I talk to this nigga like, hey bro, nah, that shit ain't cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I go and do the same thing with his girl because I call her my friend. But I know their relationship is stronger than that bullshit I just saw going on.
That's your opinion.
Am I wrong for playing both
Well,
sides?
however you decide to handle your friendship is your
But
friend.
if they're both my friends,
In
and
my
I know,
opinion,
if I know their relationship is bigger than that, so say that's you, right? And same thing. You gonna be mad if I saw her doing some shit and I never told you. But I
Yes.
saw you do shit before.
yes,
You never told
nigga,
her.
yes. I will be mad, yes.
And it's not detrimental.
It's your opinion was detrimental. If I tell you, if you see my girl do anything that's detrimental, let me know as you're my homie. And you can feel whatever type of way as how
I'm just asking you so I know as a friend.
Tell me.
Okay.
Hey, relax.
I tell you.
Tell me.
Listen,
Tell me.
I think me and you on the same page. We good. We ain't gotta speak on it.
Tell me. But I don't consider y'all friends with my girl. Y'all not. Y'all don't hang out. Y'all don't talk outside of what y'all have relationship with.
This nigga because I was in a whole different opinion.
I was arguing for another nigga, and I was drunk. So
And you was talking about that.
I mean, I feel like that I also have friends that I don't talk to on a regular
I
basis.
have one of my best friends I don't talk to often, but when we see each other, we're cool. But at the end of the day, my homie's girl is my homie's girl. That's not my friend isolated. If they break up, I'm not gonna call them and be like, yo, let me tell you what happened to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a relationship outside of you. We
What's the
don't.
difference though? What if y'all do have a
What if
relationship?
Like
What?
what? Give me an example of what real life
like
relationship
me
y'all
and-
have.
So me and Kelly, as long as they've been married, so over the the last few years, we've developed a rapport.
Okay.
Sometimes
We're
speak.
super cool.
They
Like we're
speak.
super
I don't
cool.
have to be around
I can call Kelly without calling him. and me and Kelly have a conversation.
As long as it ain't Chris.
It's been times where I called Kelly and I never even told him, hey, I called Kelly today. I just called Kelly, nigga. What's up?
Alright, but when they break up, are you still doing that the same way?
If they're
I possibly can. Yes.
and I can't feel no type of way because they having a
But
It's not about you, it's about him. It's not about you, it's about him. Cause I'm not, whether you feel no type of way or not doesn't mean he can't be
It's
friends
the
with her.
intentions.
My thing is him. It's saying he gonna call her the same way if y'all break up. I don't think I agree with you.
So you downstairs.
Let's see, Rob.
yo, our cameraman, this nigga fired. This nigga tripping.
He about to fire before we sign the deal.
So what's the what's the next
We
fight?
was talking about music earlier and off camera, but we was talking about like Southern hip hop. I need to know. I think we all can agree, Young Jeezy 101 is the most influential rap album. One of the most influential rap albums in the last 20 years. But is it the best
The best one
rap album in the South in the last 20 years?
is Thug Motivation one
Let y'all
of the
read about it.
best rap album out of the South in the best 20 years.
Yes.
Top, yes. If somebody made that argument, I wouldn't have no dispute to them. And when we say the biggest, I'm thinking about
Where I was at when the shit came out.
I'm thinking about going to school, Snowman shirt band.
Ah shit, I wouldn't even.
That shit made me want to sell drugs. And I was an athlete driven suburban kid. You feel me? Like that shit made me want to trap. So I can't sit here and deny, yeah, I do agree. I think I don't see no issue with what you think. I think that was,
trying to think
it is influential. I'm thinking of like other
I'm trying to think of something
southern
that's-
albums.
I'm trying to think of one that could beat it. Cause I ain't got one right now.
I mean, T.I. got albums. I think T.I.'s a more longevity guy than a.
T.I. has better albums.
He has better work as a whole.
That one
I
album.
don't know if he has a better. I don't think he has a. I'm not even gonna say a better because I feel like musically wise, I do like a T.I. album better than 101. But I think that as far as like the commercial success, as big as it is, I think that's where you gotta think different.
Yeah.
So
Did y'all come to a conclusion?
we
Yeah, you
discussing it right now.
It's Cat.
Right.
101 isn't the best.
No, it is.
It is, that's a fact. It's the best hip hop album in the South. last
What is
year.
best? Describe best to me. Like, are you saying like musical wise?
Everything. Impact, music, all together. It's the best.
So yeah. So if we're going off of impact,
Everything. Not just
yeah.
impact.
So if we rounding it up,
Round it up, yeah.
then that probably is correct. That probably is correct. The same way we just talked about Lupe and Kendrick.
Yeah.
If we say he's a better lyricist, like how we said it's like, let's say it's basketball, like Steph Curry, he's the best shooter ever. Does that make him better than LeBron?